Okay, hello everyone. This is a short video on working on an out of focus background of my hummingbird painting that I've started a couple of weeks ago. Right now he's protected under the copy paper that I cut out. You can see I've worked on the dark areas. And then I've got this little piece of tape because you can't do much with the beak when you have such a small area. So I have to work around that tape. But anyway, I just want to kind of demonstrate how I want to try to get a little bit of that section in. And I'm going to be using the white of the board. I'm going to leave the white of the board to spray in the white later instead of trying to spray on top of the green and get blue shifts and all that kind of stuff that is not desirable. All right, so let's see what I got here. You can see different cutouts for different things I'm going to work on. So that would be the tail later on, getting in there and, I'll be spraying through those openings lightly and then eventually dark. Here's for the tree stencil. That will go over the tree like that. Of course, it's going to go on the real painting. All right, so cutouts of sections. What else do I have here? The original drawing was here, and this was traced down, little pencil on the back, graphite. I can use the graphite paper, but sometimes it gets too smeary. Anyway, so that's just laying that down as a guide, to draw the drawing. Okay, so what do I got here? Let me get my mixed color here and just spray it ghostly. Hopefully I can spray it ghostly. I've taken this background out with Windex. It's Claybord, so if you don't like something you did, you can have that option to remove it. Right now, there's a bit saturated, a bit bright, so I have some olive greens I've got to really, think about. Okay, so he's kind of in this area, and I don't have to get perfect. I can let me just line it up a little bit so I'm in an area. Okay, that's kind of where I want it. It's going to go beyond this, other shapes, but right now the shape that I have is kind of in this area. So real lightly, I'm going to just mist in, test the color. Very lightly. Capturing a very light image of the shape. That would be that one there, and I can always go back over, line it back up again, and let's see. I'm looking at the smaller picture. Somewhere in here, it's going to start getting darker, so I can kind of just do that kind of stuff, just to keep it. Let's go right around there. Then the next section, which I could use probably, let's see. So I've got this opening next, so that would be reverse. So just let me cut this real quick on the side. Try to get this shape. Shouldn't be cutting on what I'm cutting it on, but I have cutting mats, and yet I'm using my just copy paper. I probably just cut into about 4 sheets, but so be it. All right, so now again, if I line that up right on the beak, just like that, and I should be in that area. This is blocked now, right? And then I could take, this is going to be a darker color, So I'm just going to spray it in a little darker to begin with. But I'm just going to indicate it right now because the two are going to meet somewhere in here. See that lighter spray I'm spraying in there? And then you're going to start playing around with that look. Like this is going to be a brighter green, and then there'll be browns and yellows, kind of like, almost like yellow ochre, but I have to mix my colors to get that. And then there's going to be some green in here, but it's soft and freehand, so I can just kind of put a little bit in just for now, right here. It's really not too much because that's not exactly, it's a lighter green and then the darker green, so I did it reverse. But, all right, so let's see. So if I come along here and I have my, because I didn't make a stencil for this part, so I'll back this out. Whoops. All right, we backed it out. I'm just going to use a little fine line tape. You can get away with it on Claybord. I can see the image through here, and I'm just going to look at the real picture, and it's going to go out, up, in, and kind of over like that. So, except I'm putting it on the wrong side of the line. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to draw that. I need to see it a little better. So let's say we've got probably the easiest way to draw it, right, would be to line up the other stencil, just like that. Get that right angle there. And it looks like it goes, got to get that beak where it lives. Okay, that's pretty good. Except it needs to go to the left more. Yeah. All right, so do I want, no, that's not going to work. I'm forgetting I need the negative, so I'll just draw it in. I need the outer, shape to spray off of. Okay, so let me go with that. And we'll just do a little bit of bringing that color closer. Now I can follow along the outer edge because I have something to work with. It got erased before when I was cleaning it up. So now I have that protected, and if I want, I can take some post notes or anything scrap, This just has a very low, well, it's sticky in the sense of super sticky, won't blow off. That's what they're called. It's not just the regular post notes, but it's not so sticky that, it will give you trouble on paper or other things like that. Just kind of pin that down there. Okay, so let's take this color and kind of bring this against that tree branch very lightly. And over here, I'm going to kind of go freehand that way. We're going to get a drab olive color, but it is my background and I can make it. You don't have to stick with all the shapes. They can be a guide, but it would pay to use them if you want to get really close to the photograph. It would pay to use all the, right colors and things like that. So now I could come in and I can erase on that tree branch, clean up that area. That's going to be sprayed. It's kind of a reddish brown, I'll show you up close. Okay, it's got a nice little red thing going on and then a dark brown shadow in different areas. And when we look at the bigger one, let's see the bigger picture, we can see it better, of course. We take some of the stuff sticking to it off. Okay, so now we've got that. That's what's going to be in front of him. Some areas are a little blurry. When I get to here, a little freehand action, and then this is too hard of an edge. So I've got to think about what I want to do with the OPEGs to kind of bury it, or take this little area out and spray it like this, where I still can work plenty of room to work with the ghostly image than trying to work with the actual heavy spray that I did there. Right up against the stencil. The stencil should have been raised, but I can adjust it, you know, by doing, like I said, I could take, it's Claybord. I could take this section out, or I could take this whole section out. It's only a little V shape, and knock it back in with more caution, paying attention to what I'm looking for. So right now, to end the video, I'm just going to do a little bit of the other color, which would be a little bit of the brown. It's kind of like a, well, it's a dirty airbrush, so it's going to be kind of there's the olive color I kind of want, because the brown's mixing in with it now. You get that olive look right there. Let's get the more pure color right here. Brown. Up and blocking. Sorry, guys. Okay, and then I'm going to bring that down like that. And what else? Go this way. So, okay, that's kind of like mixing different colors into it, into the mix. I'm spraying the brown into the green right now. And that knocks that circle into a blur, which is that's from the camera, I guess. I took the photograph in my backyard, and I was very close to this little guy, and it was quite a fun thing to experience, that's for sure. I could hear the hum, you know, and he just trusted me because I brought stuff out to the nectar or whatever you want to call it. I might have a little color shift there. I gotta be careful. Spray that more into that lighter area. A little bit more here. Just a little bit right in this area. Okay, so that's the kind of stuff I'm doing. A little brown in here. Oh yeah, I don't have the guy covered, so let me just grab that piece. So many stencils that you start putting things down and start to look for them. There he is. Fly away, birdie. Okay. I just need this. I don't even have to really stick it on there. So right about here, I see actually coming off of his head more this way. This is that other brown. So I'll put that there like that. And I got to make a choice, you know, about the actual edge here. But so that's just a little peek of an out of focus background. This guy here is going to have, I have all kinds of stencils cut, like I said. So some of them are kind of whacked out. They're very hard to cut out. So let me see if I've cut a number of them. And I want to make sure the best one gets used when I probably will go with this one. So instead of showing you on here, because I do not have the color ready, you know, it's for later on. Let me get a little color of anything right now, just something that will spray. Let's go with I'll go with a Viridian green, just to, right out of the bottle. Just to show you how I'm going to treat it. Okay, so we got copy paper. I picked the best one of the two. And I do believe the best one is probably this one. I'm not sure. Yeah, I would say as far as this section's good. One section is better, so you keep going on the black and whites. You know. So let's see. So this would be a dark area. So we would just spray off there. Sorry, I gotta zoom in on that a little. Unzoom actually, so you can see that. I'll bring it right there, and I'll spray up higher. Yeah. So as I spray through these sections, I'm going to get that image of the bird. But it's the critical area of those little guys right there that are going to play into it. It's like back and forth. You can scratch too. This is, of course, paper. I can't really scratch on the paper. So anyway, that's what I'm working on, and I thought I would just show you guys a little bit of what I'm doing here. This is, like I said, size-wise, let's see. I think this is it's definitely Claybord, but it's not got the size on the back, so we'll go with, okay, so it's a 6 by, looks like 6 by 9. Kind of a weird size, 6. Anyway, did I measure that right? Hold on, let me check the ruler here. So it's 9 that way, 6 1/4. I don't know. That's what it's saying. So anyway, there's my project I'm working on, and thanks for checking it out. And I'll be popping up more videos as we go. And welcome all the new subscribers that just joined up with me. And there it is. Okay. Thanks a lot, guys. Good night. Be safe. God bless. See you on the next video.